Okay, how's it going? Some random chili head here, and today uh, I got the Hot Ones Last Dab, um, the Carolina Reaper Special Edition one, and I'll be honest, I did take a quick taste of this. I took like half of a spoonful of it about you know hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, and initially, I was a little bit put off, but there are some, fascinating things about the Hot Ones Last Dab Carolina Reaper edition that I would like to talk about. It's rated at about 2.3, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. But be as cordial as you can. But it's rated at about 2.3 million Scoville heat units, from what I recall. So it's for a lot of people, it's going to be a little bit too much for them, obviously. I can tell you based on my initial tasting that it wasn't like ridiculously overwhelmingly spicy, but it did have a lingering effect that lasted for about 30 to 45 minutes. So this is going to be an interesting kind of half review, half challenge for me. Um, we can tell just by kind of looking through there, through the bottle. It's got a pretty thick texture. It's pretty chunky. Initially, I was put off a bit by the chunkiness of the sauce. Texturally, it's just not really my cup of tea to have like an actual crunch to a hot sauce. But everyone's different. It may be perfect for you. But yeah, let's just quickly go through the ingredients. They're pretty specific, which I like a lot. When I was reviewing the Kitchen Garden Farm Ghost Pepper Sriracha, as much as I love that sauce, they were not very specific at all about the peppers that they use. I don't know what their deal is. But anyway, onto this sauce. I use Carolina Reaper peppers. I'm not sure how many they use. Probably a trade secret of theirs. Distilled vinegar, so probably distilled white vinegar. Ginger root, turmeric, coriander, cumin or cumin, and dry mustard. So I'm guessing mustard powder. I don't know. But yeah, as far as the look of the sauce, I mean, it looks like it packs a mean punch. It's I didn't bother because it only comes in about a 5 ounce bottle. I didn't bother trying to like mix it into like a mayo sauce, like an aioli, or use it to marinate wings, just because it's like $20 a pop. But I'll get to the pricing a bit later. As far as smell goes, so the actual smell, it's not very pepper forward or like capsaicin smelling. Like it doesn't smell like you're just getting a wave of heat. It actually smells very pleasant. You can smell the turmeric. You can smell especially the ginger and definitely the cumin. Um, as far as coriander goes, I'm getting some subtle hints of that, but it's you know it's got a very pleasant smell to it, so it has that going for it. It doesn't actually smell like it's that hot. It really doesn't. Um, and also, kind of a side note, I did prepare myself a glass of oat milk uh, just in case I need it, because I'm going to be taking a full spoonful of this so I can do a proper review, get into the texture. And obviously, if you have regular milk, so you're not following a vegan lifestyle, it's going to be even better for you. Or you can handle dairy. That'll do a better job. But because of the way things are in my life right now, I'm going with oat milk. So yeah, let's take a look here. I don't want to spill any of it because this sauce is very expensive, but it's going to take some time. There we go. It's pouring. Look at that. It's got a very chunky pour to it. Kind of see right there. Get some more of this out. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this a bit. I mean, I guess that's enough. It almost looks like shit. Like, it doesn't look like, it looks more appetizing in the bottle than it looks out of the bottle, but kind of looks like shit. Not gonna lie. Okay. More coming out. Okay. It's not an exact spoonful. It's a tad under, but you know, if it's as hot as I remember it was a few hours ago, I think that'll be just fine for me. And yeah. Cheers. Mm. Mm. So you get a very strong initial taste of ginger and cumin, a little bit of turmeric, and then the Reaper. Initially, as you taste it, you kind of feel it climbing up at you. It's got some heat for sure. Ooh. Mm. Kind of citrusy. Take a look at the ingredients. Yeah, it kind of has a citrusy flavor. As far as heat goes, I'm already feel a lot in my throat. I'm already at about an 8 out of 10, 0 to 10 scale. And yeah, it's spicy for sure. I'm going to try to challenge myself to not drink any of that refreshing oat milk for a few minutes. It's actually hotter than the habanero that I ate yesterday. It's very spicy. So yeah, not for the faint of heart. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to drink some of this. Hmm. What you taste the most, like I said, is cumin, mustard. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Ginger. Okay, ginger. And an undertone of like a Carolina Reaper roar in the back of your throat and a little on your tongue. Fuck, that is a hot one for sure. Anyone who says that the Scovilles on this is not accurate has not taken enough. So if you're telling me this is not 2.3 million Scoville heat units, you have not taken enough of it to really feel the heat. Because it's like a climbing trajectory of heat. And also not for the faint of heart. So yeah. Because I was looking through, some idiots on Reddit. It's such a toxic website. But I was looking through, just to see what people say. What we're saying about the Carolina Reaper Special Edition, because with the anonymity of the website, you get more honesty from people, but it also, you get more of their nastiness and stupidity, which is why I don't even have a Reddit account. But they were like, oh, no, it's not 2.3 million, it's like 300,000. It's like, bitch, you weren't taking enough. It's as simple as that. Like, my fucking throat and my tongue is on fire right now. After I finish recording this video and like getting it tidied up and shit, I'm gonna have to put a decent amount of food in my stomach, so I don't get the fucking runs and have to puke out my intestines later. So yeah, that's another indication too. Is people so often try to lie or downplay the heat of hot sauces, but if you take enough of this, you will feel the full, apparently, I'm not even sure, it could just be hyped a little bit, but the full 2.3 million Scoville heat units. So, I mean, just imagine if they were using like Carolina Reaper pepper extracts. I mean, that was just, I'd be completely fucked up. So, and yeah, I was hoping I could challenge myself to go a bit longer, but I guess this will just have to do for now. So, as far as texture goes, 0 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Terrible texture. Terrible. As far as heat goes, I would place it at about either a 7 or an 8 out of 10. So, obviously, if you just take a little dabble on your finger, you're not really going to feel it. But if you take at least a generous spoonful of it, yeah, it's gonna place you pretty close. So yeah, between a 7 and an 8 out of 10, somewhere. Flavor. It's one of the nicer tasting hot sauces I've had. I might be a little generous, but it really tastes like good. So I'm gonna place it at about a 9 out of 10. Excuse me. Very good flavor. As far as aroma, 11 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Amazing aroma on this hot sauce. And price point, 1.5 out of 10. So, only pick up these hot sauces if you are a very, very, very avid watcher and fan of, Sean Evans, Ed Curry, I think is his name, and their crew. If you're a really big Hot Ones fan, I think you could pick this up, and you may not like. And you would be totally fine with the price point. I certainly probably won't be picking up another one because they had a sale going on Heatnist for $20.99, and that is just too much for what I got, plus shipping. So close to $30. I think it was like 28 total, and then tax, so right around $30. Yeah, would not. I would not go out of my way to suggest that you pick up this sauce. If one day the Hot Ones crew, they really get their shit together and they figure out their hot sauces aren't that fucking special, even though they taste pretty good, and they lower the price to a more reasonable price, like what it's really worth, maybe no more than like $15 at the very most, $12. Yeah, I would say I would definitely place it higher on the price point. But as it stands, it's a horrible price point I will leave a link to the sauces. I will be updating my other videos. But yeah, as far as marinades go and flavor pairings, could go really well in like foods that typically require heat. Indian food. You could probably try it in a Thai curry, but it might mess with the texture of the curry. So, or just curries in general, it might mess with it a bit. It could go really well, especially wings. Like the Hot Ones show was all about their wings. Um, it could probably go decently in an aioli sauce as well. You could use it to marinate, meats and whatnot. Yeah, it could go a long way for sure with that. And yeah, like the heat is now down to like maybe like a 3, but like, whew, those first few minutes were intense. So yeah, I've said this a few times already, but just to wrap up the video, if you really got the bucks for it, I would highly suggest picking up a bottle. If you're a bit more neutral minded like myself, and you realize it was kind of a mistake getting it just because it's too fucking expensive, then there you have your answer. And yeah, I think that will be the video. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please leave a comment, like the video, turn on bell notifications because I will be uploading pretty regularly, and subscribe if you want to see more content and be notified of such. So yeah, all in all, good sauce. I will leave a link in the description to the Heatonist website. It's where you can pick up the sauce. And I hope you all have a great, day whenever you watch this. Yeah? Peace out.